Hey, what's up guys, Muddled HD here, and welcome to episode 4 of my Journey to the Top series. And if you missed a previous episode, there is a link in the description to the previous episodes if you have missed any of them. But let's get into the episode. Last episode, we had a pretty decent episode. We started off in our games, we made a couple of signings, we signed a left mid, and I think that was it actually. But we had a great start in the league. Sadly, we knocked out the cup as well, but it doesn't matter because we really need to focus on the league this year, seeing that we don't have a lot of money and we really need to make that sort of burst in our first season to make a great impact and hopefully get into League One. But first, we have a game against Fleetwood, who were promoted with us from the conference last year. And they had 1.1 million to spend. I don't know whether they had investors over the summer, but they certainly had a lot of money when I looked in the career mode. But sadly, that money did not translate into a performance, as they did not score, and neither did we. We had a pretty average game. Not the best, but not the worst either. I do end up, after that game, putting Ian Henderson, not Ian, it might be Ian Henderson, but I'm not sure who it is. But I put him on the transfer list because I believe, because I have quite a few strikers, I'm not going to need him at this rate. And I knew I had an offer early on in the series, but I should have accepted it. And looking back on it, it would have been a lot of money that I could have used towards buying other players. But never mind, I have enough money right now after fidgeting with the budget to sign a striker that's 66 rated. I mentioned him in the live commentary that I did a couple of episodes back, and he greatly accepted the offer of £2 a week, which is great signing for us, a crucial signing, because the players, well, the strikers in fact that we had were not the best in the world, not up to the standard of League 2 football, and we've only scored, what, 1 or 2 goals so far this season, which is not good enough. So we needed to make changes up top. As well, I was hoping to sell some more players so I could make a change in the midfield as well. But it was sort of, you were in these money sort of situations that you had to sell so many players to gain a player. It was something like that, and that's why I put so many people on the transfer list. We just had so many players that we didn't need, but someone did put a bid in for Ashley Chambers, and I wanted to accept it, but I said no because he has great potential to grow into a better player, and I said no to that. Well, I sent out a counter offer, which was a new feature that they brought into FIFA 13, and it sort of backfired. They did say no to that, but we scored with Ashley Chambers. He showed that he can score for the team, but sadly Zola scored for Barnet. We were playing Barnet. No, it was actually Burton. I get the Barnet and Burton mixed up so many times, and we could have won this game, and we almost did from a header in the last, well, the dying embers of the game. But I'll take a draw against Burton Albion. That is a pretty good result for us, seeing as we had a team of old scruffians and stuff like that. The team has progressed quite well so quickly under my reign as well, so it's been good, and we managed to offload another player. The new feature, the international duty, we are going to lose a couple of players, and Zogad and Basona, our goalkeeper, which is not good for us. That's the only problem with signing players from sort of isolated countries, if you know what I mean. Egypt, and I think the other guy was from Bolivia. So that's sort of the problem with signing those guys. They're probably the best players that they have, so it's not the best that they're going to be going out losing fitness as well, but they've got to go and fight for their country. Well, not fight for their country, but play for their country as well. On transfer deadline day, I had an offer for Ollie Jones. I wanted to sell him, but for some reason the game did not want me to sell him. But then I got an offer and I was able to accept it, so I accepted that offer, and then I had money to spend. I had £3 in the wage budget, and I wanted a centre midfielder, and this guy came across as a good guy to sign. 24 years old, 67 rated, great stats, defensive, well,